Hi everyone and welcome to Study English with Sarah. I'm Sarah and this week's lesson looks at names and why they're so important. Millions of people have their name mispronounced every day and it can cause real stress, shame or even anxiety, and most people just give up correcting others. In this lesson, you're going to read a fascinating article about why names matter so much, practice IELTS sentence completion questions, and pick up 8 really useful vocabulary words. If you have an IELTS exam coming up or you just want to improve your English, this lesson is for you. Let's get started. Here's what we're going to cover today. First, you'll read an article about why names matter and the real effects of having your name mispronounced. Then you'll practice IELTS sentence completion questions. After that, we'll go through some new vocabulary. And finally, you'll repeat those words for pronunciation practice. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a lesson. Before we start, a little personal note from me. After more than 20 years of teaching English, I have learned to pronounce a lot of names. I always make a point of getting my students' names right because I know how important it is. You might think that my name, Sarah, would be easy, but I am regularly called Sarah, Sarah, or even Sarah by my students. In New Zealand, we say Sarah. The first part rhymes with chair. I really don't mind though. But nothing makes a student feel more welcome or more dismissed than what happens in those few seconds when their name is called for the first time. I think this article will resonate with many of you. Now let's read the article. I'll read each paragraph aloud. Feel free to pause the video and read along at your own pace. A name is more than just a word. For most people, a name is central to their identity, reflecting their culture, language, history, and faith. Yet for millions of people around the world whose names fall outside familiar Western patterns, having their name mispronounced, shortened, or dismissed is an everyday experience. Research has shown that when teachers repeatedly mispronounce students' names, it can cause stress, anxiety, shame, and withdrawal, effects that go far beyond a simple mistake. The significance of a name varies across cultures, but the importance of getting it right is universal. Special characters such as accents, apostrophes, and other marks are often a crucial part of a name. Changing or removing them can alter the meaning entirely or erase an important part of someone's heritage. For many people with non-English names, this creates a difficult dilemma. Some find themselves deliberately mispronouncing their own name to avoid confusion, while others adopt an English nickname to reduce the constant effort of correcting others. Research suggests that in some communities, parents even avoid giving children names from their own culture in order to protect them from discrimination. The question of whether people should change their names or adopt nicknames is a deeply personal one. Some people embrace a nickname given by family members with warmth and affection. but the same nickname from a stranger can feel very different. Experts suggest that the most important thing is effort. Understanding the mechanics of pronunciation, knowing what to do with your mouth, tongue, and jaw to produce an unfamiliar sound is more helpful than simply trying harder. There are now apps to provide visual guides to pronunciation, and some academics include audio recordings of their names in their email signatures to help others get it right. Technology, however, has created new challenges of its own. Online forms, passport applications, and airline booking systems frequently strip out special characters such as accents and apostrophes, effectively erasing part of a person's identity. Linguistic experts point out that technology is flattening all of our identity by removing or altering these characters, even though modern devices are sophisticated enough to recognize ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. For many people with non-English names, the message can feel clear. The system was not designed with them in mind. However, experts argue that technology is no longer a sufficient excuse. Getting someone's name right is ultimately a matter of willingness and respect. Now it's time to test your understanding. Complete each sentence using no more than 2 words from the article. Remember, these questions are worded differently from the article, so you need to understand the meaning rather than just scan for matching words. Pause the video now and answer the questions. How did you do? These questions were challenging. The sentences are worded quite differently from the article, so you really have to understand the meaning to find the right answer. Don't worry if you found it difficult. That's exactly how you improve. Head to my Substack to check your answers. The link is on the screen and in the description below. If you'd like access to the full lesson every week, you can join as a paid subscriber for just $5 a month. That's $3. I'd love to have you over there. Now let's look at some new vocabulary from the article. Listen and repeat each word after me. Identity. Identity. The qualities and characteristics that make a person who they are. Listen to it in a sentence. For most people, a name is central to their identity, reflecting their culture and faith. Identity. Withdrawal. Withdrawal. The act of pulling back or disengaging from a situation or activity. Listen to it in a sentence. Repeated mispronunciation can cause stress, anxiety, shame, and withdrawal. Withdrawal. Heritage. Heritage. The traditions, culture, and history passed down through generations. Listen to it in a sentence. Removing special characters can erase an important part of someone's heritage. Heritage. dilemma, dilemma. A situation where a difficult choice must be made between two or more options. Listen to it in a sentence. For many people with non-English names, this creates a difficult dilemma. Dilemma. Mechanics. Mechanics. The technical process of how something works. Listen to it in a sentence. Understanding the mechanics of pronunciation is more helpful than simply trying harder. Mechanics. To strip out. To strip out. To remove something completely, often leaving it bare or incomplete. Listen to it in a sentence. Online booking systems frequently strip out special characters such as accents and apostrophes. Strip out. Flattening. Flattening. Making something less distinctive or reducing its complexity. Listen to it in a sentence. Technology is flattening all of our identity by removing unique characters from names. Flattening. Willingness. Willingness. The quality of being ready and happy to do something. Listen to it in a sentence. Getting someone's name right is ultimately a matter of willingness and respect. Willingness. And that's it for today. I hope this lesson has made you think about the names of the people around you and maybe inspired you to make a little extra effort to get them right. If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe so you don't miss a new lesson each week. You can find the full lesson, answer explanations, and audio practice over at studyenglishwithsarah.substack.com. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The links are on the screen. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.